Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Hey, in this video, if you plan on coming to Siem Reap, if you want to live here, I'm going to compare 3 different areas of Siem Reap so you can pick and choose the one that's right for you, hopefully. Now, these 3 areas are not the only areas in town. There are plenty more, but I want to compare them to show you the difference in prices and lifestyle, amenities, and things like that. And hopefully that'll help you out when you're choosing where you want to live if you plan on coming to Siem Reap. But as always, I want to remind you that I have books for sale, and you can find the books you see on your screen at a link in the description. And all my horror books, both anthologies and my slasher comedy, they are all just $1. And also down there is my book, Live in Cambodia, A Guide for Living in the Kingdom of Wonder. You can find all those at the same link. And also, if you don't want to read a book, that's all right. You can help support the channel, maybe help me get a new gimbal here, by donating to PayPal or Ko-Fi.com. Both of those links are down below. It really helps us out, it helps the channel out, and we really appreciate our supporters. And like I always say, I'm always $100 shy of $100. So let's see if we can make that happen. All right, let's get started. So, you want to come to Siem Reap, but you're not sure where you want to live. And sometimes it's not just about finding the right apartment, but the right area for that apartment. Not all areas are created equal. Some are going to be for one lifestyle. Some people are going to like another one for a different lifestyle. So the area you choose to live is going to be up to you, the things you like to do, the lifestyle you want to lead. But I'm going to compare 3 of them just to give you some idea about the differences. I'll take you through the good and the bad and all that good stuff. And like I said, this is not inclusive of all of Siem Reap. There are plenty more than just these 3 areas. But these are 3 that I've lived in. And I'll try to tell you a little bit about my experiences there. And hopefully that'll help you. And I want to start with the downtown area. The one over there by Pub Street and Suxan Road and all that good stuff. The main central hub, I guess you can say, of Siem Reap. This one will be good for you if you like a lifestyle where there's a lot of nightlife. There's a lot of parties. There's a lot of people and crowds, and it's got a vibrancy to it, you know, an atmosphere to it. Because this is where, of course, the majority of all these bars are sat. And there's always a wide variety of events and parties and things going on all the time. And another good thing about it is that if you want to make expat friends, this is a place that you want to go. Because I believe this area would have more expats living there. You will see more foreigners in this area than almost anywhere else in town because it is a big tourist hub. And a lot of expats like to live by there for the convenience. Because you will find places open almost any time of day or night. There are bars down there open 24 hours a day. You have restaurants and food carts that stay open till 2 or 3 in the morning. So if you want to live down there, getting a late night snack at midnight, it's not going to be a problem. You know, go out your door, take a couple minute walk, whatever, find the things you need, and come back. So it's going to have all the things you need there, all in a nice little area. It's not going to take you long to find anything. And yeah, like I said, it's very vibrant, always full of people. You're always going to see a lot of foreigners around. But on the other hand, it's also the most expensive area in town because of that, because a lot of foreigners hang out there. Everything from your groceries at the local market, which is the old market, to your knickknacks, your souvenirs, your pots and pans, your shirts, your flip-flops, just all the things. They're going to be more expensive in that area. Even apartments. An apartment downtown, and I'm speaking on average, you can still find bargains anywhere in town, but those bargains you have to look for. They're not really advertised. But an apartment downtown, a nice studio Western style apartment, would probably be about $180 to $220 a month. And that's okay, but if you got the same apartment with the same amenities somewhere outside of the downtown area, that could be reduced to as much as 125 to 150, because of course you're paying to live in that hub, in that main area of downtown. So it is going to be a little more expensive, but you are going to be right in the thick of everything. So if you want a somewhat noisy but very exciting lifestyle, I would definitely check out the area around Pub Street in downtown. There are plenty of apartments there, always something to do, all kinds of food and drink all time of the day or night. And if that's your thing, you should definitely check that out. And next, I'm going to go the exact opposite of that, an area I lived in by Wat Polanka. Wat Polanka, you can check that out in Google Maps, see what's around there and everything. But that area is almost the exact opposite of downtown. You'll hardly see any foreigners down there. I was the only one when I lived there for a few months. And it has more of a local, kicked back neighborhood vibe to it. On my street, the street I lived on, right around dusk every night, people would just come out of their houses. They would congregate, they would exercise, kids playing soccer, riding by on bicycles, dogs chasing them down the street, and people were talking and drinking, and right in the middle of the street, you know. It's their happy time. And it just had a good neighborhood vibe to it. You would just as soon see a pass app or a tuk-tuk as you would somebody walking a cow down the middle of the road there. And it's nice and peaceful and quiet at night. However, now the downside to that would be you do have some mom and pop stores around the area, but there's not a wide variety of choices as far as restaurants and food choices or bars, entertainment. There's just the basic standard stores around there, and while the prices are cheaper than it would be downtown, good luck finding anything after like 8 or 8:30 at night, because it is, like I said, a quiet neighborhood kind of local place. And if you want to snack, you know, I've often wanted to snack like 9:30 at night, and you go around, all the mom and pop stores are closed, and so you'd have to travel outside of that area just to find something to snack on or something to drink if you wanted it. So everything does close up a little early there. There's no real set hours for any of these little stores, so sometimes you go and they'll close at 8:30. Sometimes they might stay open till 10, occasionally. But sometimes you go there at 7:30 and they're already closed. So it's kind of a surprise every time you go there, like, is it going to be open or not? But that's just the way they do business in these little places. They don't have any set hours or anything. And so it is kind of lacking in diversity, and it's lacking in like the diversity of food and entertainment options and bars. You do have to travel outside of the area to find anything significant, unless you want just the very local food all the time. And that's fine if you do. We did have a lady like right down at the end of our street, just about a minute walk away. Every day she would set up her little wooden stand and sell pork. She would have a big cooler full of pork with ice, and you pick up the pieces you want, and she'd chop them up, put them in a baggie, and charge you about the same price you could get at the market. And there is a big local market in the area there, Sasamaki it's called. It's cheaper than the old market. And it was about a 10-minute walk away from where we lived in the Wat Polanka area. But there are some places that would be closer. There is one main road that ran through there, and that's where most of the businesses are on. But it's, like I said, it just didn't have the variety or the choices that some place like downtown would have. So, but if you're into a quiet kind of countryside, even though you're still in the main city of Siem Reap kind of vibe, it's homey, great neighborhood, fantastic people. They just mind their own business. You mind your own business. Not going to see a lot of foreigners. That would be an area you might want to check out, Wat Polanka, because that's what it's like, and it's actually a pretty nice area. I actually enjoyed it out there for the most part, until about 9 o'clock rolled around and I wanted something to eat. then sometimes that was very, very difficult to find. But next I'll talk about an area that I think is kind of a good combination of both of these things, with the kind of the variety almost of downtown and the quaintness, I guess you can say, of Wat Palanca area, and that would be Wat Bo. Wat Bo area is good because it does offer, I think, the greatest balance of foreigners and locals. Like, it's not so expensive, locals are priced out, uh, but it has all the modern things and amenities that foreigners might be looking for, and so there's a lot of foreigners there also. You'll see a great mix of that. Also in that area is, of course, the big Wat Bo itself, which is always nice to just go walk through. It's very nice, very peaceful, very large. And it's also got a good share of convenience stores that are open late, little mom and pop shops, fruit stands. You can get smoothies, restaurants, different variety of restaurants, bars. They have a big gas station up on one of the corners. I mean, they got pretty much everything you could almost want. There are a few things you might have to travel outside of that area to get, but for the most part, everything is all kind of right there. And the prices are not quite as inexpensive for an apartment as Wat Palanca, but not expensive like it would be downtown. Kind of that middling ground. And I know a lot of people like Wat Bo area simply because it is, diverse in its inhabitants and its options for food and drinks and snacks and things like that. And I actually enjoy almost 2 years, my first 2 years I lived in the Wat Bo area. And since they did that road construction during the pandemic, they've really improved that area a lot with the infrastructure. The roads are wider and better. The sidewalks are wider and smoother. They have the bike paths right alongside the sidewalks, if you're into biking. And they've joined some roads that were all disjointed before. Like, you could be walking down the road, but to continue walking down that road, you would have to go around and go down another road. It was all confusing. They kind of opened all that up, so it's all interconnected now, and made it a really good place to live. So if you're looking for something in between the craziness of Pub Street, but you're not quite ready for the sleepiness of like a Wat Palanca area, Wat Bo might be the area you want to check out. It's a pretty good area. All right, don't forget to check out all my links down below. Like I said, you can donate through PayPal or Ko-Fi.com to help us out if you want, and if you can, it's always appreciated. And be sure to check out all the other channels I have linked down below for more information. They're really good channels, and you probably want to at least give them a look, and they appreciate it as well. All right, from Siem Reap, Cambodia, I will talk to you guys in the next one.